Thank you very much. I begin by acknowledging that we're meeting on the land of the Guringai people. This is Guringai land, always has been, always will be. The NorthConnex project would make absolute perfect sense. It would be an innovative project if today's date were the 28th of February 1965. But it's not the 28th of February 1965. But if it were, well, we would not have 50 years of experience to tell us that motorways do not solve congestion. We wouldn't have had 50 years of experience to tell us that motorways concentrate pollution and compromise the development of the lungs of our young people. We wouldn't have 50 years of experience that would tell us that motorways are the least efficient way of moving people and of moving goods. We wouldn't have 50 years of experience to tell us that petroleum is a finite resource. We wouldn't have 50 years of experience to tell us that we have faced a greenhouse emergency and burning more fossil fuels and encouraging the burning of more fossil fuels is not a sensible or a moral thing to do. And we would not have 50 years of experience that would tell us that the most precious commodity that we have to protect is air quality and the health of our young people, the health of our older people, and the health of those who are vulnerable. But to Mr Baird and to the Liberal Party and to Duncan Gay, the Roads Minister, and to those who would support this project in its current form, I tell you this: wake up and look at the calendar. This is 28 February 2015. We do have 50 years of experience, and we know everything is wrong about motorways, and we know everything is wrong about your project. And if you don't believe the Greens, if you don't believe those people who have battled against motorways, if you don't believe the local residents, listen to your own medical advice. Listen to the Department of Health that raised serious concerns. Listen to the doctors, local doctors, doctors across the state that talk about the microfine particles that will be concentrated and dumped onto young people, compromising their future lung development. Listen to what they are being told. Listen carefully, because there's one thing all of us know. When your doctors tell you to think again, you think again. When your doctors tell you what you're doing is going to compromise your health and your children's health, you start acting to change it. You don't lock into a project simply because the elite wealthy mates, the corporate end of town, likes this project. In 28 days' time, you'll all go to the polling booth. You all get to vote for yourselves, for your children, for your grandchildren. You have a choice. You can vote for candidates like the Greens who say we should be looking at 21st century transport solutions, not mid-20th century solutions. We should be making decisions that respect communities and don't force them to have to get about in masks. We should be looking at solutions that are cheaper and more efficient. We should be looking at solutions that don't compromise the future of Sydney. You should have an opportunity, you do have an opportunity to vote for candidates who say no to motorways and who say if the motorway does go ahead, move the stacks, filter the stacks, fix the problems, if you can. The Greens don't say we need another inquiry. The Greens don't say we need to fiddle with the design. The Greens say we need to scrap the design. Mr Baird, Mr Gay, come up here, talk to the constituents, ask them what they value. Do they value another minute off their travel time, or do they value tens of years in the lives of their children? Do they value a minute off their travel time and a bit more money for the transport barons, or do they value their health, the health of their family and the health of their children? That is a decision that will be made very clearly on the 28th of March of this year. Do we go ahead with a 21st century transport system, or do we go back and repeat the errors of the past? I urge you to think carefully, and I thank you for being here today, along with a number of Greens candidates from around here. You can see them, they're wearing Greens t-shirts. Go up and harass them. No, don't, talk to them nicely. But I thank you for being here because you're sending a strong message to all political parties that you don't want your health compromised, your children's health compromised. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Very powerful there in terms of the children. That's what today is all about.